Hey Lesbian Central, today is Wednesday, you're here with Shayna, and I'm filling in for Kai today. So the two topics for this week are how do you really know you're gay, and how to handle peer pressure. So how do you really know you're gay? There's kind of no one universal answer I can give you. Some people realize it, it's kind of like a ding situation where they just kind of suddenly realize that they're gay and they always have been, and they're just like, cool, I'm gay. But then for other people, it's a very, very gradual process. And it starts out, I think there's a difference between just knowing you're gay, like just having that thought in your mind, and actually accepting it as a part of yourself and coming to terms with it. I know that I knew I was gay when I was like 13, and it was always sort of a thought in the back of my mind, but not something I really was ready to address yet, and something I really sort of pushed aside for a lot of years. And it wasn't until I was about like 18, 19, 20 that I actually realized that I was never going to be truly happy unless I came to terms with this fact that was clearly not going away. But as I said, people are going to come to terms with it at their own pace. Some people, come out when they're 13, and they're really young in like high school or middle school. And then there are some people who don't come to terms with it. And they don't accept it as part of themselves until they're much, much older. I know of people who, have gotten married to the opposite sex and have had kids and have had sort of their whole adult lives all mapped out, and it wasn't until they were much older and much later in their lives that they were ready to come to this realization and ready to accept this as a fact about themselves. So you kind of just have to go about it at your own pace, and whenever you feel ready to accept it as a part of yourself, you're going to, because eventually you're going to realize that you can't really be happy not being completely true to who you are. But for some people it just takes longer, and that's okay. So the second topic is how to handle peer pressure. So I think probably the number one way to combat peer pressure is just to go with your gut feeling. Go with that feeling you get, no matter how small or how insignificant it may seem. Always try and go with what your gut is telling you, or what that little tiny voice in the back of your head is telling you. Because usually, in most cases, they're right. However, that being said, it can be really, really hard, because it takes, to go with your gut feeling, first of all, it takes a lot of self-awareness. It takes actually having the opportunity to really sort of think about the situation that you're in while it's happening, which can be very difficult when you're sort of getting all these, really intense messages coming at you from all different directions, and you have these gut feelings going on, you have that little voice going in the back of your head, and you're trying to make a rational, good decision. It doesn't always happen, and it's not always the easiest thing to do. And I think probably something that you do need to keep in mind is the consequences of your actions, and keep in mind that all of your actions do have consequences, and are you willing to live with those consequences. But I think the most important way to avoid peer pressure altogether is to surround yourself with people who you trust. Don't hang out with people who give you that sort of uneasy, meh kind of feeling. True friends would not sort of reject you, or would not get angry with you if you choose not to participate in an activity that they may be suggesting. True friends respect other people's decisions, and they respect their friends' decisions, and they don't hold it against them. So try and surround yourself with people who you really trust, and who, make you feel good about yourself and don't make you uncomfortable. Because people who make you uncomfortable are not your friends. So that's it for me this week. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the week, and I will be seeing you soon. Bye!